Hello, everyone. How are you today? Excuse me. Before we get started, I'm going to share this to some of my groups so that everybody can watch. I am going to give a special shout out to my nanny community today. Today, we were supposed to have our International Nanny Training Day. That's what I'm trying to say. And we didn't get a chance to do that because of COVID. But Sue Downey over at Nanny Palooza has been giving away so many wonderful gifts. And as many of you know, I am Ask the Nanny, and I have a company called This Jam Good, and I contributed to the giveaways. And so hopefully the nannies will have a wonderful, those who are winning will have wonderful gifts and enjoy their gifts. If you're not attending any of the INNTD online classes today, they are having it tomorrow with Adventure Nannies. So please stop by Adventure Nannies and do that. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm going to get my cooking in because Sue will be back in about 30 minutes to announce some more gifts. So I don't want to distract from that because I know a lot of my nanny sisters watch me cook. So I'm going to get busy making this recipe so that y'all can get back to the fun and games and prizes. Anyway, so today we are making Blackberry Cobbler Muffins. Yes, yum. One of my friends challenged me yesterday to make these today. So, and you know me, I love a good challenge, so I could not do it. And next week, somebody challenged me to make their biscuit recipe. So next week, I'll be making some more biscuits. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, today our recipe calls for 1 1/4 cup of flour, all-purpose flour, add 1 egg slightly beaten, 2/3 cups of sugar, 1/2 cup of buttermilk, blackberries, 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. Now that's just for the muffin mix. The streusel that's going to go on top of it, you need 1/4 cup of flour, a dash of cinnamon, and it depends upon you as to how much your dash is. Some people like a little dash, some people like a lot of dash. So you choose your dash quota. And you need 1/4 cup of sugar and 3 tablespoons of cold butter. The object word here is cold butter. So we're gonna get started. I'm gonna add my dry ingredients. This is my flour is already in my bowl. Let me turn this down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Scoot that back and turn this down so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I have my 1 1/4 cup of flour in the bowl. I'm going to add my sugar, my 2/3 cup of sugar. I'm going to add I love my salt grinder, so I'm going to add my salt. And I need 1 1/2 cups, I can't talk today, 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder. So I'm just going to measure my little baking powder off here. I'm using a 1/2 teaspoon, so I'm going to need 3 of these. Alrighty then. Got that in there. Now, I'm just going to whisk this so it's all together. Then I'm going to take some of my blackberries. I'm using some previously frozen blackberries. When I find blackberries on sale at the grocery store. I'll buy up a whole lot and then I'll put them in my freezer. So I took these down out of my freezer. I put my blackberries in there. I'll put about 2 good helpings of blackberries in there. Well, maybe 3. Okay. So now I'm just gonna mix this all together. Make sure that it is all kind of coated by the flour. Don't worry, this is not all the blackberries that are going in there. I promise you, there's gonna be more blackberries. Now I'm gonna add my egg, slightly beaten egg. And I'm going to add my 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. Now, I'm gonna get my buttermilk out of the refrigerator. I like to keep it cold. Grab it. And add a 1/2 cup. Now you can use regular milk with this. I like using buttermilk because it gives it a sweet and sour taste. And that's just me. That's just the country girl in me. And I love buttermilk. Buttermilk biscuits, buttermilk pancakes, you name it, buttermilk. I even make buttermilk cornbread. So we're just gonna fold this together lightly. We don't want to over stir it, over make it, over bake it. None of that. So I'm just gonna stir all of this together. And then I'll let you see what's going on in my bowl. It's looking yummy. You want to stir it so it's all mixed together and there's no little flour, like, let me show you. This little flour that I got down at the bottom of my bowl, I need to get it. Make sure there's no flour. Make sure it's all moisturized. Now I know this looks like a little bit, but we got some other things to go along with it. Now that that's all mixed together and looking all yummy. Okay. Now, I'm gonna set this aside and then we're gonna make the strudel. Now, I'm gonna be using one of my favorite tools. This is like a pastry tool. So, I have with the strudel, I have a little bit of cinnamon already in there. I use fresh ground cinnamon and it takes less fresh ground cinnamon. Let me show you my cinnamon stick. I use cinnamon sticks and I grind them up with a microplane and it's like if you grabbed a teaspoon of ground cinnamon that comes in a little shaker versus a 1/4 teaspoon of this, it's the same. Actually, this tastes a whole lot. You can taste the seasoning a whole lot more. So I'm gonna add my flour with my sprinkle, my dash of cinnamon, and then I have my 1/4 cup of sugar that I'm gonna add. And now you need the cold butter. So I'm going to the refrigerator to get my cold butter. You need 3 tablespoons of cold butter. Now, in case you're wondering, you see right there, hold on. Right here, it says 1, 2, 3. So, if you look at your butter sticks, it'll show you on the side of the butter. And it'll tell you on most butters what equals to 1/2 cup, whole cup, all that good stuff. So we need 3 tablespoons. Now I'm gonna use my little tool and I'm gonna push it down in there. All right. Get my knife, because this butter likes to do its own thing. Okay, there we go. It takes a minute to get this to act right, but you want to crush the butter into all of this flour and sugar. You don't want any of it to be dry, because then you get a mouthful of blech. And I know y'all don't like blech, just like I don't like blech. So it takes a little coordinating and a little maneuvering with this thing to get this to work right. Just keep pushing, keep maneuvering it, rock it back and forth, lean with it, rock with it, roll with it, whatever you do with it. You're gonna get little bitty sprinkles, because this is gonna be the strudel that goes on top of our cobbler muffins. Now it takes a little while. You can do this with your fingers if you like. I just like using my tool, my pastry tool, because it keeps my hands clean. I don't have to keep running back and forth and washing my hands. So we're just gonna get all of this all good and yummy, and it's almost, let's see, it's coming together. And this is why you need the cold butter, because the soft butter, it turns kind of mushy, and you don't want it to be mushy before you get your muffins into the oven. Cold butter takes that the flour and the sugar, and it creates like a steam pocket, and it rises higher. So, yep, it's almost done. Almost got it. I think I should have grabbed a bigger bowl, and this probably would have been an easier process. There we go. Now we're cooking with oil. And I'm just gonna clean my little tool off. There we go. Now, I'm gonna let you see what I have in my bowl so you can see what it's supposed to look like. You see all that? See how it's kind of like a little, looks like kind of like crumbled cheese. That's what we need. Did I say gobbler? Does my thing say gobbler instead of cobbler? Please tell me I didn't type that in wrong with my fat fingers. Okay, so now what we're gonna do next, take your muffin pans. I've already lined my muffin pans. I have these cute little shiny pink ones. I had these left over. You know when you buy muffin tins and you don't use them all because they come in a pack of like 50 and you're forever using those things? Well, guess what? Perfect color for perfect dessert. So we are going to take, what did I do with my spoon? There it is. We're gonna take our muffin mix, and I'm just gonna take this and put it into, you don't want to fill it all the way up. You want to, let me split this back so you can see. You just want to get like halfway full, because all this yumminess is going to rise up over the blueberries that we're going to add, and then we're going to put some streusel on top. And you talking about yum, yum, yum. I don't know if you all like cobbler like I like cobbler. Cobbler is a big staple in my house. We have peach cobbler, any kind of fresh fruits that I have in the house, I will make a cobbler out of it. I will put it to use. Now, these are good for when you are serving kids. It's in like a cupcake form, so they can take it with them. I like taking these to little muffin treats. I take them to parties. I take them to social gatherings with my sisters and all that. Yeah. Okay, now that we have that done, let's see. Let me make sure I got enough in there, all of these. All right, a little bit more in here and just a little bit more in there. Now we're gonna take our berries. I have a bowl full of berries. Now, if I don't use all of these berries, I will take it and I'll put it in a bowl and sprinkle some granola over it and take some Greek yogurt and put it on top, sit it in the refrigerator, and I'll just have that for breakfast in the morning. So we're gonna put some berries on there. Nothing goes to waste at my house. It's always something to use it for. Yeah, buddy. These are gonna be good, good, good. Okay, I have one that wants to act crazy. Come here, you. There we go. Gotta straighten it out. So, if you find berries, I don't know if you all are fruit people or not, but if you find berries in season or out of season and they're on sale, the easiest way to keep them fresh is take them home, wash them, and put them in your freezer. And then take them out when you need them. Like if you're baking a pie or, you know, or a cobbler. So I like to go get fruits and cut them up and put them in the freezer. So when I need it, if I want to make a smoothie, if I want to make a breakfast dish, if I want to serve up a fruit salad, I put them in there. And we're almost done. There we go. That's gonna be yummy, yummy, yum. Okay, y'all, if y'all haven't noticed, I like singing when I cook. My son does the same thing, so he got it from his mama, honestly. Now we're gonna take our strudel, and now it won't stick to my hands because it's nice and cold. And we're just gonna sprinkle a little bit on top of each one of these. And that's gonna add the, how do you say it? Pizza resistance. I'm not French, so I don't know how to say that right. But in my words, it's gonna be yummy, yummy, yummy. There we go. Just a little bit on top. And now these are ready to go into the oven. Now you're gonna bake this at 350 degrees for about 15 minutes. Now, everybody's oven is different, so keep an eye on it. But when they start rising up and it's nice and golden brown, and you know muffins don't take that long to cook anyway. So when they start rising up and getting all nice and brown, you might want to check it. You know, give it a toothpick test. If you don't know what the toothpick test is, grab a toothpick, stick it out in there, and if it comes back all smooth instead of gooey, like doughy, when it comes back smooth, it's ready to roll. If it comes back doughy, you might want to cook it a little bit longer. But cook them for 15 minutes on 350 degrees. Take them out of the oven. Yum. I'll be back once these cook. Okay? Let's see what time it is. Yeah, I got just enough time to cook them and come back before Sue comes back on. All right, I'll see you all in a little bit.